各位老师，大家好，我是国立台北科技大学的李明聪老师。然后今天很荣幸能够来这边主持这个 EMI 的 Teaching Demonstration 的 session。然后我稍微肉搜一下，各位老师都是非常有热忱的老师，从第一位老师开始，吴美玲老师。然后我看了一下大学除了 Mechanical Engineering， 还有 Piano 跟 Jazz Vocal， 如果我没查错的话。然后我就想说，哇，如果可以把音乐引入教学，那会是多么棒的。然后我看到第一页的 slides 就没有使用，哎，还没开始吗？哎，不是这个，哎，我要自己操作对不对？我要负责操作吗？等一下 ，OK， 好，这个我等一下就会把时间交给每位老师了。然后每位老师换场的时候，应该会有计时的，哎，我要英文对不对？对 ，I'm sorry. I overheard you guys being nervous, and I just know that I need to use English probably 10 minutes ago, so we're on the same boat. So I need to do that over. Okay, so it's my honor to be to host this session here, and so that's just go straight to the first presenter, Dr. Mei-Ling Wu from National Sun Yat-sen University. So the course she's going to demonstrate is Introduction to Finite Element Methods. So it's very mathematician, right? So welcome to our first speaker.
Okay, my name is Mei-Ling Wu, and I am come from National Sun Yat-sen University. Today, I will explore about the introduction of the finite element methodology. This course is just for the junior and senior students, and this is also the elective integration of finite element methodology theory and practice with the professional English skills. Before the class, let's see some videos. Please pay more attention. Where is the critical stress point? Or where is the broken way? So where is the critical stress or critical failure point? Pay more attention, and after I will ask you. So you need to answer to me. Okay, so please turn on your smartphone and using the Slido. Okay, so identify the critical failure point. Which part of the bicycle did you think are most prone to the failure? Where? Which part? Could you please tell me? No. I just show you. Okay, so please, try to do that. So I will give you 30 seconds.
Is it single selection or I select one?
It's not true, okay? I just want to just demo to you, okay? Okay, so yeah, okay. So interesting. Most of you select the down tube, okay, and the other one is select the Chen state. So let's see if our simulation confirms that, okay? So for this slide, just show the terminology review for the bicycle component. Please follow me. Top tube, down tube, handlebar, seat tube, seat state, Chen state, front fork. Okay, so anyone can answer to me, what does the seat state support? Anyone? Want to answer to me? I will give you the extra credit. What does the seed state support? Anyone? Okay, good, great. It supports the seed tube. Okay, good, good, good. The next, okay, before we getting into the topic, okay, I just want to try to help you review some fundamental concept, without any loading or constraint. So nothing changed. So we call the original. But if you give some loading or constraint, then there will be do some deformation. In the other words, also affect the von Mises stress. A von Mises stress is like the interforce, okay? Okay, so for our intended learning outcome, we will focus two parts. The first one is the technical focused, and the other one is the language focused. From the first key point, okay, you will be able to identify the critical stress point causing the bicycle failure. That outcome is about the technical focused. And the other one is to evaluate the bicycle integrative through multiple stress analysis. What is mean the multiple stress analysis? Okay, try to remember about the stress. We will get the axial stress and bending moment. And the other one, we will apply the previous learning simulation technique clearly. Did you still remember a couple weeks we learned link, we learned the beam structure, okay? And finally, we will suppose the structure improve to enhance the bicycle safety. When you see the bicycle safety, that means we can predict the failure. So we need to present them clearly in English. Okay? Okay, then before we do some simulation, we need to do some prepare. The first one, we need to draw the free body diagram. We need to know about the force, the normal stress, okay? And then you will be able to pinpoint bicycle weak support and connect the identified weak support. And also, you will be able to set up clearly defined constraint. So we know about the constraint, UX, UY, UZ, rotation X, rotation Y, and the other one is the UY, UZ, rotation X, rotation Y. Then finally, we need to input the loading. So you need to divide what is the loading, okay? Okay, then prepare some parameters, for example, like material property and geometry. Okay, then this is just for the fundamental concept, for the axis stress and bending stress clearly. So we need to link it, the theory fundamental to practice simulation. Okay, so I will do some simulation for you. So please turn on the axis. Okay, then follow to me. So the first one, we need to select the element type, then we need to select the beam, then input the material properties from here, okay? Then we will, so this time I will demo to you about the circular, but your turn, you need to select the rectangular, okay, the modeling, the key point, and build up the model from the 000 and 18000 and 13600. Okay, so you can just follow me about doing this one and connect the straight line. So you will see the bicycle frame. Okay, then we will do some constraint, UX, UI, UZ, rotation X, rotation Y. Okay, then get some loading, 150 pounds. Then we will get some results. I just want to show you because the time concern. So I just show you here. Also, I will give you some feedback. So please turn on your Padlet and show me how do you think about this course. You get some knowledge from where, okay? So the lesson recap. Today you will be able to analyze the critical bicycle stress point, and also you will evaluate the bicycle frame structure. Then we can compare both the real case and simulation and see what happened about the critical stress. Okay, so this is just from the theoretical calculation. So we got this one, then we can compare. This is the real world bicycle failure, and this is just for our simulation. So we can see, okay, here is the actual maximum stress. Okay, so compare both of them, and we got very good results. Okay, so end of this course, please turn on your Slido again and answer this question. So now, which part could you strengthen or redesign first to improve bicycle safety? So most of you select the joint connection improvement. Good, great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for a very good demonstration. So I'm going to have Molly have question. Any question? If you don't have question, I'm the one in charge of asking questions. So please. No, sorry. I do have question,
Okay.
if you don't mind. So it's very interesting, especially in the beginning. I totally drawn into. I forgot I'm hosting this. I just grabbed my cell phone. So it's very interesting. So my question is that. Is that the path you use during the class? Definitely not the path, because you after you give the students Slido, how long are you going to wait? The time?
30 seconds.
Okay, and you're going to review their answer. Okay,
Yes.
And the simulation part, I also find it interesting to demonstrate the real mechanical engineering. But are you going to like ask students to do the same? That
No,
you
different. The different structure.
okay, but you show how to do that, like your tutorial, but you're going to slow down it because this you speed up for this time, right?
Yes.
So in real time you will do step by step,
Yes,
much
yes,
slower. So
yes.
yeah, that's why I'm kind of worried. But
Yes.
other than the whole structure, and it's fascinating. It's like get the whole idea of EMI teaching, and you intentionally use simpler vocabulary and slow down your English, right? Just for students to understand.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
that's
just
good.
for the student.
Yeah, that's a few takeaway key points I observed. So anyone else? Any question? No?
Okay.
Do you want to summarize your like what's you find what's the most important part of your EMI teaching?
Okay, for the EMI teaching, I think because my student is all the male. So yes, yeah. So mechanical engineering, so it's a little bit difficult if we cannot finish my course. Okay, because I see the video or some EMI teacher the professor told us, just slow down. But actually, I need to complete my course because my student, they need to go to the TSMC. Yeah, so cannot just slow down. Yeah, yes, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for the feedback. Okay, thank you. So welcome our second speaker, and I kind of remind you that you need to select two of the speakers to make the rubrics and mark the how do you feel. So Dr. Fa-Tzu Tsai, am I correctly? And the class is clinical practicum, oral hygiene. Okay, so thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Fa-Tzu Tsai, and I'm now the assistant professor from Mei-Ho University. Anyone knows where's Mei-Ho? Mei-He in Pingtung. So it's really far away from here, actually. Yeah, and then I'm now the new teacher of the Department of Oral Hygiene because I just entered into my school last year. So I'm really a new being to like being an assistant professor. And Sorry, my English is maybe not really fluent. Yeah. So I will do my best to try to explain what I want to going to have this EMI course. Yeah, and then because actually I don't have experience about real to teach my students in English, so I will try to imagine and prepare for my future EMI course. And then my course is called the clinical, for the topic, clinical practice of oral hygiene. And this is a 4-credit course, and this will be the section 3 out of 18. And in this course, I'm going to teach my students about common oral health issues and pathological changes in long-term care patients, such as like dental caries and periodontitis, something like that, oral disease. And then also I will teach them about the principles for developing like personal oral care plans, because based on everyone's oral condition is different and also different from their oral health. So I will teach them how to make the oral care plan for each patient. And also because our job is to help the patient to clean their teeth and also have to communicate with our long-term care patients, even their families. So I think the attitude of my students is also important. So I will also teach them for how to use some skills to communicate. So I will also emphasize of their respect, empathy, and also the communication with their patients or their families. So why is this lesson is important? Because this course is really important for my students, because in this class we'll teach the core competence of every dental hygienist, including how to observe the oral disease or evaluate their oral conditions, and you have to make sure your plan can really help your patient to improve their oral condition. Okay, then another thing is that I think why use EMI course learning experience is also good for them, because in the class they are not only become better can improve their English proficiency, and can also maybe in the future they can go abroad and then can have some opportunity to work in a foreign country or something like that. So I think use EMI course in this subject is also good for my students. And then most of my students, actually, they are really young, and because my school is like a 5-year technique college, so actually this course will be held in their 4th years. And then because they are not good at studying, so their English is not really good. So their English level is approximately to the junior high school level. So for me, I need to improve their English ability at first, and then I will talk to them how to do their knowledge and their skills. So in this course, the goal, I will teach them to assess the oral status of individual with special needs, and also let them to learn how to make the oral caring plan for each elderly. So as I told before, UCMI can help the students I hope they can they can improve their English ability, and then can search on the internet to see how foreign countries do the oral care. I hope, but I'm not sure my students will do that or not. So I hope they can find some international resource of oral care, and then can improve their oral care skills. And then for the challenges, definitely difficult in English understanding, including like reading or listening. But I think challenge is also like an opportunity. So if they have this kind of EMI course for them, they can also force them to become like an activity learner, and then they can learn from other countries and also improve their language. And so by the end of this course, my students will be capable to conducting comprehensive oral health assessment for their assigned cases, like other long-term care patients. They need to know how to design the plan, and also can do a safely and appropriate oral care strategies. And then, so also in the end of this semester, I will also use the practical exams and also let them to present the case reports to assess the students, understand, to make sure they are really understand what I'm talking in this class. Okay, so I will use some videos and animation tools to help the students to learn by themselves. And also, I think, because now the students is more like to use the cell phone and see the short video, something like that. So maybe video is a good tool to let them to feel interested to become to learn by themselves. And also I will use the online learning platforms like Moodle or Padlet or something like in our school we have like E3 Classroom. Like that platform, I can let the teachers to put some videos or PPT or something like that to put on the internet so that the students can also learn by themselves. And also I planning to have some assessment or questions on the platforms so that I can know that they really know how to do it or not. And then this is my teaching strategies and structure designs. And so first I will, in the class, at the beginning for 5 minutes, I will give them some videos that shows different oral care procedures in the long-term care facilities. And I hope this can spark the interest and raise awareness of quality of the different kind of oral care for the students. Because the right way and the wrong way will affect our patients' oral health. So, and later the 50 minutes, that will tell the students that what we are going to learn in this class. So, like they will learn how to assess the oral health of our long-term care patients and also how to do the plan. And then later I will use 30 minutes because we have 4 hours in this class. So it's kind of a long time. And then another 30 minutes, I will record their prior knowledge because such as oral anatomy or dental instruments that will influence them that what they will learn today. Yeah, and then under 30 minutes, I will going on my main context. It's such as like I will tell them some theories and also use the oral teeth models to tell them how to do the oral cleaning. And then after that, the students might, and after that, I will also demonstrate by myself and I will show them how to do step by step. And in this part, this will be a hands-on. So I will tell them to come and I will teach one by one. And then after that, I will use also 30 minutes to separate them into several groups. And then each groups, I will give them some different kind of cases so they can discuss how to help these patients or what's the oral condition of them. So later they will show me and then I will immediately tell them what's the right thing or you do the wrong thing, also how we can improve it. And then also in the end of this class, I will give them some like a practical little examination because actually this part in our job is a really important ability. So I have to make sure they really know how to do that safety. Yeah, so, and also I will let them I will also see their presentation of case reports to make sure they really know how to do it. And then in the end of this semester, in this course, I will choose one week and take the students to the long-term care facilities to let them to really use their knowledge to take care of the patients, because I think it's a student's knowledge can not only stay in school, they need to use their knowledge in the real world, like to take care of the real patients, and that I think this will let their skills become long-lasting and more meaningful. Okay. Then so later I will show a little bit of my teaching of the oral care techniques for long-term care patients. Okay, so this is the outline of this lesson, this section 3. So I will introduce the background of elderly society and oral health in Taiwan first, and then I will tell the students about the oral health condition of long-term care patients. And another thing is that for the important part is our oral care skills and oral massage. Okay. So because my students is just like I told that their English is not really good, so I will list the professional dental vocabulary first and translate into Chinese to let them know what I'm going to talk and what will appear really frequencies. So, and also these vocabularies is also important for them to know. Okay, then, and at first we should know that Taiwan is already entering into elderly society, and then now this year we already enter into super aged society. So there is a lot of elderlies in Taiwan now. And then actually our elderlies oral health is not really good. They have a lot of oral problems such as dental caries or periodontitis, especially in dysphagia, because this will cause the aspiration pneumonia, and then this kind of disease will cause a high death rate in our elderlies. And also the missing teeth is really frequencies in our long-term care patients' oral health. And then this is our equipment that we will use in our cleaning procedures, such as toothbrush, toothpaste, and something interdental brush, jianshuo, and tongue cleaner. And for some dryness, some patients have dry mouths. We can also apply moisturizing gels for them to feel more comfortable, because like the dry mouth patients, they will really hurt in their mucosa, and then they cannot even will affect their sleeping. So we have to use some tools to help them to clean their mouths. And then first one is a toothbrush. And then toothbrush, in this part, I will ask students to choose which one is the good brush or bad brush. Yeah, because because we can see a lot of toothbrush in our market or somewhere, but how to choose the proper one is really important. So I will teach them that we should choose soft bristle and small head, and also remember to change every 3 months. And then if we are cleaning our teeth, we should focus on the gingiva sulcus, because this lead place is between the teeth and our gingiva. And in this place, it's always stuck when we are eating the food, so there will be some food debris or some biofilms, plaques, or something in it. So we need to clean it. And then this kind of things is that we can help the patients become more easily to hold their toothbrush, okay? And then another thing is that the toothpaste. So how can we, what's the main point of choosing the toothpaste is actually it's the fluoride, 氟化物. So actually when we choose the right or the proper toothpaste, we should focus on the toothpaste is contain fluoride or not. And then also the concentration need to be more than 1,000 ppm is more better. But if for the elderly or long-term care patients or someone is adults, it's better to choose 1,450 ppm is more better. Okay, then the like interdental brush is we will need in oral cleaning. So in this part, if our patients have a larger space between the teeth, we can use the interdental brush to help them to clean that space. Okay, and also the tongue cleaner. This one is, did anyone clean your tongues every day? Okay, good. Actually, we need to clean our tongues every day, because on our tongue we might have some biofilms and bacteria. A lot will gathering on our tongues. So we need to clean our tongues. So we can use these kind of things called the tongue cleaner. But someone will ask that I already have a lot of tools. Should I also buy these kind of things? Actually, you can use your toothbrush to brush your tongue. So it's also okay. And the way we clean is like we have to from the back to the front, and don't put your brush too inside your mouth, because you will get like stick. Yeah, okay. And then another thing is the moisturizing gel. This is really a good thing for the patients who have dry mouth, or the elderly have like if they take some medicines for like anxiety or depression, the medicine from this, they will have a problem is dry mouth. And then because there is a lot of patients, they have dry mouth and feel dryness in their oral, so we can use the moisturizing gels to let them feel more comfortable. Okay, so sorry I don't have too much time, but this is the last things I will show everyone is that we have oral care methods and procedures in here, and then if anyone is interested in it, and I can tell later, okay? Then this is we call the 背式刷牙法 or best technique. So this is also important for the students. So in this part, I will use the model to show them how to brush. Okay, and then I will also show some problems that we will face in the long-term care patients. But today I don't have time, so I will just quick skip it. And then later after the class, I will use 5 minutes to let the students to play the Kahoot because I want to know that if the students is really know what I'm talking in this class, so I will use this Kahoot for them to play. And then another oral massage, okay? And then prevention is better than cure. Okay, thank you for your attention.
It's okay. Thank you for. It's okay. Can you wait for 1 minute? So thank you for your presentation. It's very interesting. I think that showed us that content is very important in EMI teaching because this is really related to our daily life. It's connected, so you can hardly go wrong with the EMI teaching. So, but it's okay. So I do have one question. You kind of reminds me. You have one vocabulary table in the beginning of that, right? So that we kind of struggle in EMI teaching whether we want to use 100% English or we want to use some Chinese, and that related to your final goal, right? Because you have that your purpose. One of your purpose is to ask students to access the international resources, even to study abroad, and for that purpose, that English, the words is important for them, yes. But also that the student may go to the job, the career in Taiwan, and then English may not be that so important. So the ratio is hard to balance. So that's the I keep thinking that thing. Yeah. So thank you for that presentation. Sorry, you do have a question. Yeah, sorry. It's okay.
Do we have time for questions?
It's okay. I mentioned.
Yeah. Sorry. Can I see your slides again? Yeah. Sorry. So my name's Jay. I'm at the University of Cambridge, and I'm learning about this EMI thing. So, but I was a teacher before, so I just had a few questions about how you structured your actual presentation and why you decided to do this kind of lesson shape in particular, because it seems like a task-based approach would have been more effective since that's what they're actually going to be doing afterwards. So why did you decide to do this approach to the lesson opposed to something more practical? Because the assessment you said at the beginning was going to be a practical kind of exam, right?
Yes. Actually, because this course is really important for my students, and then at beginning, I also struggled. I will put this course in EMI or I will choose another course. But because these things, I think, for our career, like dental hygienist, because now in Taiwan, we don't really have dental hygienist, this kind of license. So sometimes I will engage my students. If they are feeling okay, they can really go abroad and get out, like American's license or something. Because out of Taiwan, in America or Australia, the dental hygienist salary is more higher, and it's a good job. Yeah. So and also because the content of this course is the main skill that they need to know. So I want to combine these two parts together. I think maybe it's a little difficult, but I also want them to try. Yeah. So I put this. I hold this class into EMI course. Yep.
So if that didn't fully answer your question, you guys can exchange the contact if you don't mind. You can talk in. I know the time is rushing, so yeah, sorry. So thank you again, and welcome our next speaker, Dr. Li Chen Yang.
Hi, I'm Li Chen Yang. I'm from the Department of Baccalaureate Medicine at Zhongxin University. And today I will introduce the pharmacological agent used in asthma, in the 15 minutes. These four are the common airway disease in our life. 2 and 3, cough and allergic rhinitis is the acute one, are acute diseases. And asthma and COPD belong to chronic inflammatory disease. But these two diseases have some common characters, but they are different. Let's see. This is a demo lecture. If we in our school, we will use the Zhongxin e-learning system, let students to use this question, to answer this question. We will see this is a formative assessment, and then I can see what's their answer. And following. This is the predict factor for asthma and COPD. The factor for asthma including the allergic infection, like if you catch a cold, the asthma will happen. Pollutant, like air pollutant or the others, exercise, cold air, and emotion. As for the COPD, gene, infection, pollution, and societal income status and age. What's the societal income status? Like smoking. Your friends smoke and you may smoke, right? And cold, okay. And if we see the airway, COPD and asthma are different. In the airway in asthma, the airway is healthy, but they have large mucus. But if it's asthma, in COPD, the airway is obstruction, and it's more. So let's see the symptom for asthma and COPD. Asthma will, if a patient, I don't know if you have any family or friends or yourself has asthma, it's common in Taiwan. It's a common disease in Taiwan. They have acute bronchial constriction and cold. They will cold. If the bronchial constriction, you will call that like this. Not always like if you see the movies or video on TV, when the patient asthma, they may not. It's a critical status. Not common, not typical one. The typical asthma is only like this. And they have shortened breath, chest tightness, and wheezing. Wheezing is when the patient, asthma patient, breathes deeply. You sound a voice that like slightly. And for the COPD, they have the symptom is a chronic cough and chronic large sputum like this. It's different. So the COPD always happen in the elderly patient, and asthma in the childhood, started in the childhood. Asthma and COPD are both characterized by airway inflammation and reduce their maximum expiratory flow. That's the test in the hospital. And their airway obstruction and often triggered by when you catch a cold, be triggered by virus infection. So it's the difference we introduced before. Okay, in the cold, asthma always typically works in the last night and the early morning, and in the COPD, they always or usually have symptoms on waking up in the morning. Okay, the time, and within for the immune cell, asthma has large of IgE if you do the test, and COPD has some IgE antibodies. That's the difference. So let's see the mechanism of asthma. When stimulate some air pollution, cold air, or something virus, that will trigger some cytokine and active the dendritic cell. Dendritic cell move to the lymph node to active the naive CD4 plus T cell. Then this CD4 cell proliferation and differentiation to be Th2. Then Th2 cell migrate again into the lung and produce some cytokine. This will worsen the asthma that may the lack of mucus and inflammation. So what kind of strategy we can do for asthma and the COPD, especially for the asthma? We can prevent the antigen antibody reaction, neutralize the IgE. Here are the IgE. And suppress inflammation and bronchial hyperreaction, prevention of release some mediator like this and TSLP, EO33, EO5, EO13. And antagonist of release some mediator. As for the COPD, we usually use the glucocorticoid. We also select steroid and other antioxidant, mucolytic, antibiotic. We should tell, especially the COPD patient should need the long-term oxygen therapy. So they can travel, they cannot travel for a long time. So, for example, okay, let's see the agents used for the treatment of asthma. One is a bronchodilator to expand their airway. Two, corticosteroid could reduce the inflammatory condition. Mast cell stabilize could reduce the IgE level and reduce the histamine release. Leukotriene antagonist and target therapy could reduce these mediator cytokines. Okay, let's see the mechanism. If we want the bronchial tongue be bronchodilator, cyclic AMP could expand the airway. So how to increase the cyclic AMP? We can use beta agonist. Beta agonist will active adenyl cyclase. Then the ATP could be cyclic AMP. Increased level of cyclic AMP made the bronchodilator. And the other one is Sil-Feeding. Sil-Feeding inhibits this phosphodiesterase. Cyclic AMP will be metabolized by this enzyme. If we inhibit this enzyme, the level of cyclic AMP is increased, so bronchodilator. In the other hand, how to prevent bronchial constriction? Adenosine will lead the bronchial constriction, and acetylcholine also. If we use muscarinic antagonist, also called the anticholine reagent, they will inhibit the airway to be bronchial constriction, and Sil-Feeding could do this also. Okay. The following is the drug use. This table shows that the drug used in asthma and COPD. This would be good for students to review this course. Like this shows that the drug's name, their mechanism of action, their indication, side effect. Okay, and we can see some after the course. When we after the course or in the end of the course, we will show in the e-learning and let students to answer this question again and see their answer if they really understanding this course. And do you think which one? Okay, all of them are correct. Asthma typical start in childhood and COPD start in the elderly. Asthma with family history, allergy, and COPD is also with smoking. And inflammatory asthma, we can find, if you do some test analysis in the hospital, we can see the eosinophil and IgE antibody is high. And for the COPD patient, neutrophil, IgG antibody is in the high level. Cold asthma usually dry, but in the COPD, it's a way cold. Okay, and in the end of the class, we will let students think and some question for them. Which of following cannot produce a bronchodilator effect on the bronchial smooth muscle? Which one? Beta agonist, self-feeding, adenosine receptor agonist, muscarinic antagonist, beta agonist, phosphodiesterase inhibitor. The answer is A. Here, adenosine receptor agonist could not expand, release the airway. Okay? Okay, thank you. My demonstration is now is ending. Okay, thank you.
Your presentation. So anyone have question? Oh, you do have question?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you for your presentation. It's a lot of information there. I guess my only concern is how do you encourage critical thinking when you are giving these assessments? So are you just putting these questions on the board and then they think about it, or do you put them in groups? How do you go about, going beyond just like this is the definition, but thinking about, how these things interact with each other?
Hard to answer, right? This is only for this course this lecture in my class is 2 to 3 hours. This only the very, very few slides. So I can show all of them how to make students know more or something.
Following this question, I want to add a note. But in the beginning, when I look at your slides, I said, okay, too many words, too many informations. But I realized it's different fields we're studying. Like, is it EMI course? But like in engineering, maybe there's too much words and too many words. But in medicine, we're treating the top-notch field, and you watch the TV show, they have the stack of the textbook, you need to finish that. So that would be very informative. So I guess the beginning you use the online quiz you mentioned, right? And that's important to have like frequently assess students' comprehension during the class. And I think okay. And regarding the critical thinking part, I think it's different topic, and this opportunity is like giving information students need to remember. And I'm pretty sure that we have different courses like operations stuff like the previous presenter. You have to think about how to apply your knowledge to the certain stuff. Yeah, but thank you for that. And thank you for your question. And the next one will be Dr. Shih-Hsin Chen.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the introduction. And okay, and my name is Shih-Hsin Chen, and I'm from the National Zhongxin University at Taichung, and my department is the Department of the Applied Mathematics. And so today I want to just prepare a course. It's called Introduction to Differential Equation. Okay, so and this course in our department belongs to the second degree for the undergraduate student. So they have some background requirement for the students. So later I will show on. So in the beginning of this class, I will just maybe just present a slide for the students to show what you will just learn, or what's the goal of this course you will just have to learn. So the first one is you need to understand the base of the differential equation. For example, what is the differential equation, or what kind of the famous differential equation you need to learn something. And in this course, student will learn it's called phase diagram analysis. So this is the mathematical tool to analyze the differential equation. So I will just teach student how to use this. So students need to understand the definition, what is the definition, and what kind of the tool, and what kind of the equation you can use this tool to analyze and get some interesting result. And the third one is a student will just use this analysis tool to study it's called the stability issues of the differential equation. So I will also to introduce what is the definition of the stabilities of the differential equation, something like that. So as I mentioned before, so this course belongs to the second degree for the undergraduate student, but actually I use this material for one high school campus in this summer, but that was not the EMI course, it's for the mandatory course. So from that experience, I found that if I use the Mandarin or the Chinese to introduce this course, even all the audiences from the high school, not the undergraduates for the university, they can understand what's the concept of this course. So although this course need the background, one is the calculus. In Chinese, it's called 微积分. Okay, so but for high school, they don't have enough knowledge for the calculus, right? But this course can just requires that you only have some concepts. It's enough to learn this course. Okay, so I believe maybe EMI can also just use this idea. So one is the calculus, and another is some basically introduction of the analysis, or some people could call it the advanced calculus, and some method of the solving differential equation method, something like that. But this is not really requirements. So students only have maybe concepts they can understand, or even can do something analysis in the math is okay. So later I will just show what is the differential equation. For example, is the differential equation is an equation, and this equation involves the differential. That's why we call it differential equation. And I will introduce to a student. There are some famous different type of the equation for ordinary differential equation, partial differential equation, and the delayed differential equation, for example. Okay, and also just introduce some model related to this different type of the equation, for example. So, and the first one I will just introduce I will just prepare just very, very simple ones model to a student. So the first one model is called a population model. So okay, so I don't want to just introduce more math to you. Okay, so I will just show what is the definition of the population model. And for example, you see the P. The P represent the population, okay, of some region. Okay, and so the P prime, the notation prime, it means the first derivative. Okay, so it's a it belongs to the knowledge of the calculus. But if a student didn't learn the calculus, it just remain the concept. What is the derivative? It means the rate of the change is enough. So the rate of change equals to R times the number of the population, which means that it's proportional to the number of the population. So for example, if we have a large number of population, so rate of change is large. If the number of population is very, very small, very, very low, so the rate of change is very small. So you can imagine that the number of this group will become larger and larger. Okay, so that keep this concept, then student can understand what's the meaning of this model. Okay, so I also show the solution. Okay, and just introduce. If we have the difference parameter R, and we will show the difference behavior of this population. And then I will just make a more complicated model to compare to the previous population model. It's called a logistic model. So you can see that in the previous one, it's just the same with the previous the model, but I just attempt more complicated factor in the right-hand side. So this is just the logistic model. And I will just introduce the behavior of this model to the students, and also give the students what's the definition of the equilibrium and the stability. So just compare to this model with the previous model. Then I will just give the more complicated model. For example, this is called the fish hypothesis model. This model can just demonstrate if we have the fishing company of this lake or something like that, and what the population of this fish will just change. Okay, so for the different case of this parameter setting, so we can see a student can see that the behavior of this fish, number of this fish, will have the different change, different behaviors. Okay, so how do we know that this knowledge? So we will use the phase diagram analysis. So I will use this example to show to the students how do we just use the analysis to have this result. And the last example I'll just introduce to students for the bifurcation. We call it bifurcation, okay, bifurcation phenomenon. So first one, I just give student a very simple example, and to show to the student that the different setting of the parameter A, we have the different behavior of the stability. This kind of the bifurcation for a student. So then I will just prepare some exercise for students. So in this step, maybe I will just separate the student into the different groups, and in the different groups, they can just focus the different problem. Maybe some different groups have the same problem, but I just give them the different parameter setting, and then they will just present their result to compare if we have the different setting of the parameter, what behavior will change, or what result will change related to this different parameter. For example, I'll just prepare the first example is called Newton's law of coding. Okay, 牛顿冷却定律. Okay, and we can just prepare a different parameter called R or the capital N. Then the student will see the different profile of the solution. And this is another example. I think I just skipped this one. And okay, so compared to the previous Fisher model, so this is a second type of the Fisher model. So I just also prepare this model for the student groups, so they can just use the phase diagram analysis to demonstrate the solution behavior. What's the behavior will difference to compare to the previous the model? So something like that. And this is also the different type of the bifurcation. So you can see that our model change. So the bifurcation behavior also change. So compared to the previous one, and the student can just show that or just can see that what kind of change to compare these two different equations, something like that. Okay, so this is another example of the bifurcation. So for the different student groups, I will just assign them to a different, for example, difference model. So they just figure out, okay, so maybe some student deal with the analysis part, and some student deal with some simulation parts, and they can just present their results to compare with different groups and results, and to see what's the differences or what's the importances of their parameter. Okay, so in the summaries also, so in this course, maybe for 2 hours or 3 hours, okay, just depends on the students' participation. So I will just introduce some basic differential equation to the students, and the student need to learn the stability. What is the stability, and what is the equilibrium, and also learn how to use it's called phase diagonal analysis to have this kind of the result. Can just understand for example, understand the behavior of the solution or the behavior of the profile of the different type of the differential equation. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention and listening.
I do have questions. So it's not culture shock, it's a shock of different majors. So if it's engineering, we cannot survive that. It's so many equations, so many definitions, and less illustration. So in your class, do you use illustration?
Just for
Introduction?
Further is introduction, but I want to mention that maybe just for 2 or 3 hours, maybe it's 2 class.
Okay.
Or just but I just because I only have the 15 minutes. So
Yeah, I understand.
Just demonstrate you how do I just introduce this material to students from the easy one, simple one, complicated one, and the more complicated one.
Okay.
And then just student will just can have the immediate to can demonstrate how to use this what they learn immediately to some some exercise or something like that. Because I only have the.
I understand, but in the end, you mentioned you have the group competition, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
definitely you will see whether student acquire the knowledge and they're able to do that. Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I have a lot of questions. Sorry. And actually, this isn't really so much of a question as a suggestion. But at the very beginning, you talked about the fish problem. And so this equation kind of, can you explain just really quickly? You explain that the equation models what happens with the fish when, like overpopulation or like overfishing. Yeah. Wouldn't it be a very effective way to start the lesson by starting with that and starting about we have a problem with overfishing and how can we model this issue, that kind of thing, instead of jumping straight into the equation, but starting with an abstract, something that people cannot kind of already have an idea about, and then kind of map onto these equations afterwards to kind of like as an explanation. Do you think that would be an effective?
Yes. In the real situation, for example, Okay, so maybe in real class, I will just give students what's the fishing problem in real world, and also there are different model to demonstrate this kind of the fishing behavior. This is just one simple one. Okay, this is one simple one. So I will just maybe just give the students some background or some story in the first, and then just show the math in the second step. And so student can totally understand, okay, so what kind of the issue now we face. And we want to just keep this fish just have the live way so that the fish will not disappear in the.
It would be really helpful to see how those different models actually impact
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said he will, because this is demonstration, but he didn't demonstrate that part.
Yeah, yeah,
But he said he will elaborate.
Yeah, who will elaborate maybe a different model to student can see that this model is better to describe this behavioral vision, or maybe for another vision, maybe we need to use another model to describe. Yeah, maybe a student can just to have the discussion, or just they can just have their idea. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. We'll come to next speaker.
I was planning to use my slide. Okay, so my class is teaching about international landscape case study in Yi University. And I also teach in Fengshan University for 10 years. But this EMI course is the first year I teach in Yi University. So in all of my course, I will start with letting them know I will create a line group. So student can scan the line group, and we can have a class group, so they can have any question they can put on the line group, and I will also update the latest PowerPoint slides. So today's demonstration, I put in my week 1 presentation and week 5 presentation. So the first week, I do the course introduction, and because of this class is teaching for the first year of master degree, and the sophomore for the undergraduate student. So the first thing I do is try to make them feel interested about the course. So I am not a full-time teacher in school, so I have my own firm and lots of case study. So I will start to introduce them with my profile. So let them know what can they do after they graduate, and try to keep them feel more interested or focused in the class. So I always start with introduce myself and what I do in the States, and also some projects in Taiwan. So the first class, I will teach them what can a landscape architect do, and what's the difference between the project in Taiwan and in other countries. So after that, I will talk to them about this course. So in the course, of course, all the college required to do those outline and evaluation stuff. But in the course schedule, I will start with the international theory, and then go into some culture introduction. And after the culture introduction, during the midterm, I will ask them to do the presentation instead of the exam. So I try to let them participate in using English instead of just listen or just sitting right there and lose communicate. So after the midterm, I will start with some functional design instead of just like the culture, to help them to understand what's the change for the international, what's happening right now. So in the last one for the final, I will ask them to do the case study, try to do some hand drawing or some group discussion, etc. So try to put students together. So the demonstration I will use the week 5 class is about American landscape design and ecological movement. In every class, I will ask them to read some stuff online. So you can see the QR code is the reading from the last week. Because at first, I tried to using like 95% of the English in the course, and I find out that all the students' eyes looking on me, but I don't think their mind is still in their brain. So I lose connect with the students. So after that, I try to ask them to read. I force them to read. And the first thing in the class is they have to speak out like 5 minutes or 2 to 5 minutes about what they have read from the previous reading stuff. But I didn't force them to use English, whatever they feel confidence, because I need them to engage in the class. But all the reading material is in English. So after they share their idea, I will start to do what I think about the reading. So this is the previous reading is about from the American Association of Landscape Architects. They are talking about some methodology, what the US do for the case study practice. So I will summarize the reading stuff And sometimes I will put some, maybe some Mandarin inside to help them to understand or focus. And I also teach students to use AI tools to help them to summarize the reading stuff, because some reading stuff is a lot and lots of professional vocabularies. So after that, I will summarize it, and I will point out, because I also use AI to help me to summarize some documents. So I know some points AI will losing focus in the document. So I will list out those stuff AI might lose, and the student will be more interested about that because they find out that's also what they are missing. So after that, I will list out this information online. And then after that, I will give them some like video on YouTube for the case study, and also I will give them some link on the top. Because this is just a 1 hour, 1 credit class, so after that, after the short class, I will give them the case study material and also give them a brief summary about the next week's study, to help them to understand what will we talking about next week. Okay, so this is a short, brief information about the course. And what I find out what is interesting is about the master degree students more engaged in the class because they know they are going to be in career, exactly. And lots of students will ask for some internship in my company. So I think that's why there will be more engagement in this class. But for the sophomore students, I lose the student like in 5 minutes. After the brief, is there anyone want to share your idea? After that, everyone just look at me and smiling, and then no response. Even I call their name, they're still looking at me. So I feel more suffering for the sophomore class. So that's what I'm still trying to change. For the sophomore class, I ask them to do in group. So try to ask some students more engaged in the class. They will try to push other students to be engaged. So thank you. I hope I can help us to save some time in the next slide.
Thank you, very interesting. I want to add a note because there's some key point very important that during your presentation you say you have a QR code assign some reading assignment for their next week, right? So that actually this is the spirit of a flipped classroom. So you let, because English, it's hard for our student. The English proficiency is not, it's diverse and it's not good enough. So it's important to have students come to the class not with zero knowledge. So if they have something in their mind, they read something, and when they listen to your lecture, they have a better chance to get the idea. So I will add this note. So any audience have a question? Do you have a question or comments? If not, okay. I really appreciate it. It's all our domestic speakers. So if you have some feedback from other people, that would be good. Okay, so we'll come thank you very much. The last speaker, Dr. Yi-Ling Pan. Before you start, I kind of ask you to stay in the end because we have to take a group photo and your individual photo with the poster so that they can document. Okay, thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. Okay, this time is I first to use English to teach my two presentations, so I'm so nervous. And my name is Yi-Ling, and I am a painting conservator, and also I teach in the Department of Fine Arts. And what is conservator? I think many people they don't know what is conservator, and I. What? Yeah. Actually, I will explain. It's like we like a doctor of the artworks. So that's my job. So usually in my daily work, I work on the painting conservation, treatment, and sometimes I teach the student, and so I teach the undergraduate students the basic conservation knowledge. So okay, I will show you a little bit. So I will show the students this class. The goal is the lesson is to learn how different light sources help us to see the deterioration and practice describing in English Why we have to practice how to speak in English? Because the fine art students, they actually are visual learner. If I put too much words, they will sleep. So that's why. Okay, so I will ask the student first. Let's thinking together what is deterioration and why it's important to examine it. I will show this slide and to explain. So why light is important, because many type of damage, like you see this photo is all come from different light sources. Okay, so many types of damage is actually hidden and not visible at first glance. If we only rely on the naked eye, and many damage will easy missing. So different in the light source, it will help us to see more clearly and think more carefully. And in the future, if students want to be a conservator, they have to take more responsibility in the conservation treatment. Okay, so I will show them the spectral. So this is full spectral of the light. So this small part is only in the human light we can see very small, and they are the color we see in the rainbow. Next to the purple is ultraviolet, and next to the red is infrared. So both them we will use in the conservation examined, and but actually we will try another way to take the photography. Okay. So actually we will we will have two parts to learn. One is visible light, another one is invisible light. So today I just show the visible light. So the applications of visible light. The first, let's look at two directions of the light. Is we call normal light photography and the wrecking light photography. Normal light comes from the front. So this one is painting, and this one is two light put in front of the artwork, and we even with the even illumination from the both sides. So it helps us clearly record the condition and this restoration of the object. And the second one is the wrecking light. It comes from a single source at a low angle. So it creates shadow, light, show surface shape and texture, and which is useful is record details like crack or creases. So what is crackers and creases? I will show them. So please see the right-hand picture. Yes, normal light. That is normal light photography. Okay, so normal light comes from the front, so you can see the picture very clearly. But I think people will say nothing happens. It looks fine. But under wrecking light, the left hand is wrecking light. We can see very clearly to see the paper have many wrinkles. Okay. And now let's look at the other example. So what kind of light this? I will ask students what kind of light. Well, they will say, oh, it's normal light. And so I will show them the other one. So you see, if you see the normal light, you won't see any damage about the artwork. So think about this. When we look only at a picture in a catalog, can we really know the condition of the artwork? It's not. So that's why we need to use the other light sources. third one is transmitted light photography. So the transmitted light photography means placing the light behind the object. It shows changes in thickness, gaps, and cracks in material. So look at this picture. The painting is under the normal light. So why do you observe it here? How do you think? And I will ask student, and student will give me some feedback, but normally they will just quiet. And then I will show them. So you can see this photography is transmitting light. So we will see the dark area and the light area. Okay, so what does light mean? The dark area and the light area means the thickness of paper is not the same. So the thin area is lucid and the cracker is more clearly. So here we know, here have a lucid, and here is all crackers. Okay. So I will ask student to say how to describe this distortion to use key vocabulary in simple sentence, and I will show them some sentence pattern, and let student to see the other picture and ask them how to describe it. What is observe it, and try to let student to speak the English and to know what picture shows the damage. So this object shows signs of crackers under the what kind of light, because the picture have shadow, so we know it's breaking light. Okay, and you see this. Please look at these two images. For the what distortion can you see and how to describe it? And I will show the sentence. So this normal light was showing the yellow ring, and the other one is breaking light. We show the crease. And or sometimes we will compare two pictures. Compare the normal light. What kind of damage was more visible? So it's insert damage. We call insert damage. And with the transmitted light. And the other one is water stain. So this is normal, very common damage we will see on the painting. So, and then I will give them teamwork to write how to describe the condition report. So I will show them the Chinese example. Student can see the different color to mark different type of the damage, and add short notes on the side to explain. For example, red for crease. Here is red for crease, and you can write in some English sentence on the side. So if this was a real class, I will continue to introduce invisible light. Okay. And then I will give them the real artwork, and the two person will be a team. And they will use the different light sources to observe the distortion and take photos as records. Then for homework, I will ask them to write a simple condition report in English. And then they could follow the Chinese example, or if they want use a little bit Chinese, I will be okay. And I think this activity will help students practice turning their observation into a report. Yes, that's my presentation. Thank you. Sorry.
So this is our last speaker. We do have a few minutes. Do you want to ask a question or add some comments? Anyone? Anyone? If not, I will do. So personally, I like fine. I'm not the expert, but I watch a lot of TV shows. So yeah, when I watch this topic, it's interesting. So what's the purpose of using EMI? I like, so adding two notes, the slides, you like your sentence have this word feeling stuff.
I want the student can know how to say this damage in English and how to describe it.
Yeah, but the purpose of that, are they going to work in the, like, internationally?
We will work in the real artworks. I will give them the real artworks, and we will take the lessons like UV light and using the. I will tell students to bring the flashlight, and I will bring the UV light. And after the PowerPoint, I will ask them and teach them one by one, and to take the photo, and then they will get the photo link to the report and give me. Yes.
Thank you. So one last thing, I just, another question I keep wondering for my EMI teaching, like when we teach EMI course, we use English, this of course, but how much, to what extent we want students to practice? So you say you ask them to report that in English, right? The written report can be in English for encouraging them to practice writing the document. But when during the...
Sorry.
Let me finish. So sorry. So I just wonder, when you talking about you ask them have a group activity, it's good to ask them to involve in class, but are you going to encourage them to discuss in English or not? And if yes, is that necessary? If not, it's kind of like how to what extent we want students to get involved, to use this English to as a writing tool or to communication, in case in the future they met someone internationally and want to present their work, to want to explain something, and they can use fluent English to present there. So that's my...
Yeah, I just want to ask, because the students of the fine arts, they're not necessary, they're not usually necessary to use English. Yeah, they think the painting is their language. They want to use painting to say, not use the words. So, but the...
If you have to criticize some painting, you want to use a certain precise word, like you want to describe the dishes, how delicious that we need to know how to describe this vocabulary. Yeah, so I think that's really
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm glad we all presented and this finished successfully.